Welcome back to Powell Day. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. Nobody did anything too stupid ahead of Powell, but we do have a little bit of price action over here. It's a little bit fun. It's going to be fun later too. Everything's kind of flying around a little bit. All right, team, you guys excited? It's going to be a fun day, man. We are going to have some fun today with Powell. Again, after the ADP data came out this morning, the jobs market, the data that's coming out, inflation, everything going on right now is not pointing to a pivot. So it's really going to come down to how wild Powell wants to be. So if he wants to come in and be like, oh, yeah, we can slow the pace of rate increases, blah, 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 that would be a little bit wild. But we're probably going to see a lot of volatility over here. Again, team, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in if you guys have not already. Helps out a whole lot with the algorithms over here, especially on Powell Day. Especially on Powell Day. Here we go, team. Oh, you guys are killing it so far. Ooh. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got cooking. Tessie looking interesting to the downside over here. Let's see how this thing goes. Morning STV. What's up, team? How we doing? So, SPY looking to break these lows down here, that 382.11. Now, remember, if you guys were here earlier this week, what did I say was most likely going to happen? We were probably going to see them try and pin it around 380 before Powell. Now, this is happening a little bit too late for them to do this. They're just kind of flashing it around. I mean, it's at what, 382? Oh, there's a low. There's a little candle there. Woo! Flash 380. Oh, no, it hit 382.02. Let's see if they crack 382 here. Oh, interesting. I hope he kills the market for put season. That would be fun. 30% on a video call this morning. Now waiting for JP. Dude, I had a nice little NVIDIA trade to the upside as well. I've got some Tessie puts that have been cooking since like up here. So see what happens with those. See what I want to do before Powell. They're just kind of cooking over here. I like it. Oh, stop. You have no idea what we're about to do? Did you see the updated pie on the test server took CRM? I did not, Algo. What happened there? Tessie's been a fucker today, though. I want it to come down and touch this level. That's what I'm looking at here. Tessie right down to here. It's from right here. That's where I want Tessie. 221.94. That's what I'm looking at on Tesla. SPY's flashing around over here. Let's see if it can break that 382. That would be very interesting. So when you're on, we get new lows. Yay. When we get what? When Gabe was on, we were trending up a bit. Boo. 10% on TQQ puts this morning. 1348 for the win. My man, there you go. Yeah, I'm up like 11-ish% right now on Tessies. So I've got a sell order that's waiting to get filled. Let's see if this cracks lows and comes down. I want to get filled at a certain point. I might do something a little spicy for Powell. I've had such a wild green streak here that I could afford to fuck around a little bit. I know what I want to do. I just don't know if I'm actually going to do it. It's going to be a combination of having some puts for next week and then hedging with calls that either expire today or tomorrow. Very, very small position to see what happens if we get initial pop. Scale out and then see what happens on the put side because we're probably at 381.99 flash. Yeah, it's down below right now. Tessie, come on. Slip those lows, baby. Come on, Tessie. I'm up like 11.5% on those, which is nice. They're next week's on Tessies. Those are sweet. 2 forward call trades. Portfolio up 2.45%. My man, attaboy, Miguel. Again, team, if you have not already, hit that like button on the way in. Help spread this stream to some more people. We're going to be getting Powell. The dollar is going a little nutty over here. The 10-year bouncing a little bit off this 200 EMA. Nothing too crazy. The gilts are moving a little bit strangely here, too. SPY's coming down. Tessie's probably back above 223. Yep, fucking around as it usually does over here. We haven't seen that big cascading move from Tessie yet. It's just been slow. So we'll see. I mean, I have that order there. It's about like $40 a contract away to where I want it to get filled. But I don't know. If it flashes lows, it probably will do it. But we'll see here. I don't know. I've just been holding it for a while. Let's see. Mid fours after Powell. So far, so good. Ooh, interesting. Oh, we got some slackers on the like button. Slacker. All right, let's see here, team. Apple fucking around a little bit. Oh, hold on. I need my levels back up here. I know this is right around a level here on Apple. See, it's just bouncing off this level. Tessie, you fucker. Let's see here, team. Let's have some fun today. Special shout out to 1348 gang too. I was looking at a lot of those trades that you're making this morning. You guys fucking slaughtered it again, man. Absolutely killing it. CRM on the daily looking really juicy. Did mine take it? I don't think so. No, mine didn't take it today. Why is SoFi down 10% today? Didn't they have like earnings or something? Come on, that's I mean, I don't know. It's honestly a pile of shit at this point. What's the news on it? Lowers price target. Yeah, price targets today. SPY, don't you fucking do it. How much time we got till Powell? Hour and a half. Interesting. Any info on GTII? No. No. I don't play around with that hyped up nonsense. 380 SPY. Sorry, Mick. It's just not. I think more harm is going to be done than good by talking about those, because everybody gets hyped up on the next lottery ticket, and then a lot of people, like most people, get burned on them, which is not what I want at all. Let's see here. All right, team SPY getting a little bit of a move here. Tessie's been kind of in its own world today, so that's kind of given me the ability to hold these for a while, which they're still up really nicely here, which is nice. I like that. Let's go, team. It's Powell day. We're going to see if all these idiots were right about a pivot, or if Powell's going to come in and fuck everything up. All right, Tessie 223. Let's see if it wants to crack again. I'm looking at that little support level, 221.92, seeing if it's going to get down there. If it does, great. If it doesn't, whatever. I'm still up a shitload on this trade here. I mean, again, it's only up 10%, but it's also Tesla. So let's see. I'd love it to just go, death. You feel Powell's going to crush the market expectations again? Well, he has to maintain his credibility and say, hey, guys, I'm here to get inflation under control. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about with a pivot. All right, we're what, 10, 15 cents off the lows on Tesla? Die. Nope. Die, Tessie. It's midterms. Do you think maybe they'll pump the market for votes? Why, though? That's the thing. Like, who in their right mind at this point is going to see a little baby jump in the stock market and be like, I'm voting for Biden, or like, I'm voting for Democrats? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if they were to have like a midterm run up, it would have had to be, I mean, October did it. Like, if you think about what happened in October, you look at SPY on the daily here. I mean, this was October 13th, CPI day, and it made those new lows and then rallied up the entire time. So at this point, I would say that's a little bit of nonsense there. Exactly. The market already pumped. You have a tiny put on AMC. I'm going to hold it till Powell. It's less than 1%. Oh, there you go. SoFi sinking. Yeah, SoFi's been on a doom mission. All right, Tessie's looking at new lows here. If it breaks, that could cascade it down a little bit. Just fill my damn order up there. Oh, Tessie, new lows. Up like 12.5% on these now. Touch my damn zone, Tesla. Which 1348 indicator do I use on TradingView and what time frame? I use the charts that we provide all of you guys in the community. So they're right here, but they're fully outlined for you guys, and we created these charts. Oh, Tessie needs 15 more cents on the, or $15 more on these contracts to fill me. Oh, look at that knife on Tesla there. Woo! Die, Tessie. All right, let's see. But yeah, I like it on the 5-minute. That's my favorite time frame to use it on. 5-minute, the daily as well. Dude, it's so close. There it goes again. Come on. Come on. Do I just bitch out of it and laugh of it here? I feel like I should. I have to be somewhat smart here. I have to be somewhat not stupid with this. Come on, fill it. Don't you bounce here. Filled. Cool. Oh, please tell me. Thank God. Okay, cool. I thought I made a big boo-boo, but I didn't. We're still good. These are up 14%. Nice. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Let's see what happens when Powell comes. Morning, Vic. Saved 12 grand worth of my GME shares by finally closing on my damn covered calls for profit today. Let's see the next round, if any. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Let's see here. I mean, Tesla's making new lows. This trade's fire. I love that. About 14% on that one. 13.87 right now. I had the 225s for next week. That's what I was playing today. So I got these right around here on this VWAP break, and then just rode it down. Let the thing, 14.5% there. Damn it. It would have filled my, well, I wouldn't have filled the one that I initially wanted, but it still can. So I've got a couple of choices here to do with the Tessie. We'll see, though. Who determines windfall profit tax, executive order, or Congress? Ooh, that's a good question. I could see him doing an executive order, but I still think that Congress is going to be like, shut the fuck up. That's interesting. Can you get confirmation bias on Ford possible pull? Oh, damn it, Tesla's going to hit it. I still have contracts, but Ford, what do we want here? Ford slipping. Ford needs to get below the 200 in VWAP in order for you to really have a good potential at that one. But that's a good question, Kenneth. Oh, we are 30 likes away from 100. You guys did it already? Fuck yeah, team. Love you guys. All right. I'm going to let the Tessie cook here. This is now turning into part of like what I would want for Powell. I would just also need a SPY trade. Brandon, thank you so much for being a member, my man. What's my bold SPY prediction? I don't know, man. It's going to be in no man's land if it starts chopping its way to 380 by Powell. The AR guy, hello. How you guys doing? Thanks for confirming my readings. Anytime, man. Waiting for Hawkish. That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, I'm all a lot on these Tessies here. We'll see if it wants to get going. About 15% on these here. 14.5. Still selling here. Dude, I love Tesla. Tesla's law. That would have filled my big boy order. Fuck. That's okay. That's okay. So Tesla's now coming to that support level here. Watch out for a potential bounce. Good morning, Julius. What's up, man? How you doing? Dude, we were making a joke on the morning stream that like Powell should just show up in a Halloween costume as like a hawk. But then somebody brought up, the hawk costume. But it would be hilarious if he put on a hawk costume with or a dove costume with a hawk head. All right, 222.13 on Tessie. SPY's kind of hanging around here. That Tessie trade is filthy. 15.61%. Again, I'm not over here fucking around with weeklies. I don't really care. Here from France. What's up? Not much, man. Not much, dude. Chilling. Oh, 100 likes. You guys are the best. Nancy flirting with the 200. Nancy pissed me off today. Not going to lie. Nancy pissed me off. I mean, I ended up scaling out of that position here. I mean, I had some calls that were cranking up here, and then I went to go for some puts and got stopped out, and I was like, you motherfucker, Nancy. Number 101, Randy. Appreciate it, team. All right, folks. So we got Powell coming in today. Again, what I'm thinking for what's going to happen later is a 75 basis point rate hike. And then it's all going to be hinging on what Powell is going to say in the press conference. SPY breaking the channel. It's been all day to the downside. This one, yeah. Well, maybe you should have gotten more time, sir. Me? Oh, yeah, I should have. that one I wanted to have a little fun on. All right, Tessie, tap 222.03. It's basically tapping my level here, which is great. I mean, I'm up 16% on Tessie puts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Or what I could do, which is probably the smartest idea, is just ditch the Tesla before Powell. And then if I really want to play something, set up a SPY trade, which would be the smart thing to do. Because then there's a lot less risk on the table. That's actually a really smart thing that I should do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. That would be the logical and smart thing to do. So let's see if Tessie can break here. SPY coming down again. I mean, these are up, what, 16%? I'm going to like really be upset if it really, like if the market dies and Tesla gets killed. But if I can set up some exposure on the downside there too, yeah, SPY strangle would be what I do. So you're flirting with 222 now on Tessie. I mean, this thing could get to 220, but if it breaks 221.94, I'm thinking cascade. Just death. Your metamaterials call paid off? Nice, dude. Long time no see. What's up, team? How we doing? Guys, we're doing this. So I'm live every single day with 1348. We are absolutely fucking printing over there. All this other bullshit on social media with people being like, ooh, there's so many moving markets. Nah, fuck that. We just trade the charts. The results speak for themselves. Our people are absolutely killing it. Killing it. Shout out to Shining Wiz, up 65% on his account over the last about month and a week or so. I know Not a Hedge Fund's doing great over there. Ryan, I see a lot of familiar faces in here. What's up, team? All right, here comes Tessie flirting with the lows again. Same thing with SPY. We have insane stuff coming too. Algo, we do. We do. Get ready. We are about to change the game. We already have. I mean, again, at this point, you guys kind of can see if you haven't kind of seen all the things that have happened, it's like we bring out stuff and everybody else is like, ooh, that's actually like the best thing of all time. Let me just copy it. It's like, not as good though. All right. Tessie's flirting. SPY bouncing off these lows a little bit here. Is there a level? What time is Powell? So we have Powell we have the rate hike announcement at 2, and then press conference at 2:30. Same time frames as usual. Looking forward to Powell. Looking forward to new stuff. Dude, we are going to have some fun. All right, Tessie, new low. Up around 25% this month. 1348 has been doing me wonders on the longer time frames. Clayton, fucking beast there. Tessie getting held up around 222 right now. Let's see if we can break lower. DM Ohio. Oh, and DM Ohio. He's a monster as well. All right. Tessie just slipped that level and bounced. So it bounced right off my support level there. Perfect. Let's see what happens. Up 30% in 2 days, bro. Jesus. That's ridiculous. Joe V. That a boy, dude. What's up, SCV? What's up, team? Not much, man. See what we're going to get going into Mr. Jerome Powell. So Tessie, literally, this is the level. 221.91 is the level. What was it here? 221.94. So it flashed the low, didn't get the cascade. Tessie. 40% on QQQ puts. Nice, man. I mean, I'm up, still around 16%, 15.5 on Tessie puts right now. Already scaled out. So let's see. It is what it is. I think the smart decision is to ditch him before Powell. Like, that is the smart move. So far, I'm green every day this month. Okay, it's only the second day, but whatever. Hey, it is what it is, man. You're still killing it. Don't think I don't see your gains, bro. Don't think I don't see them. Little bounce on Tessie. You see more downside today? Well, it depends on what happens with Powell. What's up, SV? Like number 14 where it counts. Josh, appreciate it, buddy. All right. So SPY's getting a little move up here off the lows. New MACD just flipped it down into the red. Apple slipping a little bit again here. Let's see if Tessie wants to hold below 222. If it does, it could really get 30 there. Any plans on making a covered call video? I mean, I can do that for you guys if you want to. You guys want to learn about some covered calls? I can show you guys a lot of nonsense with some option selling if that's something you want to do. It's basically creating your own dividend. You own shares, you're creating your own dividend. All right, Mr. Tesla. Do it. What? Hold on. What is the fascination with covered calls right now? You guys are all like, yes! You guys were talking about it with Gabe this morning? Yeah, we can do that. Covered calls, yes. Do it. All right, fine. We can do it. We can do some covered calls. We talked about it with Gabe. All right, I can set that up for you guys. Here's what we would do with it, though. You want to know how it could be nasty? You do it on the 4-hour. You basically do inverse 1348 on the 4-hour. So you would see it's crossing down and you would sell calls. You can see it's crossing up and you can sell puts. So you can basically run the wheel with the 4-hour 1348. And you can make so much money. Being on the other side of theta seems like a good place to be. Yeah, I mean, you're still in the direction of normal 1348. You're just selling premium instead of buying it. You're going to have to buy back into just to sell covered calls. Well, hold on. You don't have to do it on yeah. Don't just be buying things that, like, there are certain stocks that work great for covered calls. Not all of them will. You want enough IV on them that you can collect enough premium, but not enough actual volatility in the stock where you're going to get exercise every time. So I'm still up 15% on Tessie puts. Let's see. New candle coming in a minute here. Let's see. SPY. If Apple breaks this level here, it could go. Dude, Apple and Tesla are fucking teetering. Look at this. We've had this little 148 level drawn out here, this 148.50. If it breaks down, well, it's at 148.45. But if it ends up slipping down here, breaks these lows, and Tesla does it too, spaghetti-o, market could be in for some fuckery. Yeah, it would be in the Discord curriculum. But again, I think the most powerful video that I've made for you guys is that stop loss video. If you guys haven't watched that yet, I mean, you need to. It's an absolute cheat code. Another algo for selling calls. Well, there is an algorithm that I want to make, but I'm not going to ask anybody to do it yet. But there is one that if we did it, it would be dirty. So wait on that one. We have more algorithms in the pipeline. And it's like we could probably do it very quickly. Just algo, I know you're here. Do what Andy says. That's step one. Step one is get Andy everything that he needs. After Andy has everything he needs and we're good, then I can maybe step in and be like, okay, this would be cool to do. But until then, get Andy what he needs. All right, team. Tessie slipping down below 222 again. SPY new lows, moving down to 380. That 380 prediction is looking pretty fucking good right now. Step one, get platform out the door. Yeah. Here comes Tessie slipping new lows. Yeah, these are up about 18% now. Nice. I like it. This Tesla trade is fucking filthy. Yes, I have one more liquid IV. Thank God. Thank God. We're making money. I like it. Let's see if SPY ends up coming down to that level that we have drawn out here. If Tessie holds down and gets a couple of these candles down below, it's going to get gnarly. Dude, I've been holding these since fucking 225. And they're only up 17%, which is kind of annoying. The premium might just be juiced up across the board for Powell and their next weeks. So SPY is hunting these lows again here. Tessie right at the low here. Nope. Flashing. There it is. New lows on Tesla. These contracts just didn't move. All right. There they go. Apple slipped. So watch Apple new lows here. Nancy slipping back lower. Oh, boy. Oh, this is actually kind of gnarly here. This is actually kind of gnarly. These are up, what, 19%? Woo! Give me that, bro. Know your key levels, huh? Know your key levels. Dude, we've been on such a hot streak recently. I love it. If you guys want to hop in there with us, you guys know where to find us. I mean, it's the best place to come and learn how to trade. There's a lot of little people that try to do what we do, but nobody is going to even come close. So if you guys want to hop in there, get all the algorithms, all the alerts, all the live streams, all the curriculum videos. Let's do it, man. If you're ready. Oh, wow. Tessie, knife. And the contracts didn't fucking move. Come on, bro. Oh, I think it's because they're so deep in the money now. Well, all right then. Well, alrighty then. Yeah, 20%. Nice. Damn, should have held my puts. Well, up 5% on Tessie in 5 minutes. You must be trading weeklies on it because mine did not go up another 5. Well, they might have. No. Maybe. SPY, new lows. Dude, it's making the move before Powell. He hasn't even said anything yet. He's said nothing. Powell hasn't said shit. This is nuts. Green on all your puts right now? Nice, buddy. Dun, 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 dun. Risk way on. Fake out move down. Leaks from the FOMC? No, there's no leaks. They don't leak things. Everybody says there's leaks, but there never is. This could be the move. So you might see I mean, you're only down. Yes, you're not down that much on the SPY right now. Only $3. Poland begins building a wall to prevent Russia from pushing migrants into Europe. Bro, what? Hold on. They're building a wall now. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do. Sorry, I'm having fun today. All right, let's see. Green and all covered calls. Nice, man. Here we go. Julia. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Yeah, up a nice 20% on these Tessies. 20 and a half. I'll take that. A little sunlight. Did Mexico pay for it? I don't know. I'm so ready to start trading, pay for the discount, but can't sit down to watch the curriculum videos. Why not? Again, here's the thing, Billy Bats. If it's more of like a discipline thing that you just think you can't sit down and watch the curriculum videos, then you probably won't have success trading anyway. Like, you need to come in and be able to put the amount of time into it in order to have success. Up 6% on Salesforce. Nice, bro. All right, SPY little bounce. I took the walk to Poland. I took the wall. All right, dude. Let's see what we're going to get over here. SPY selling, Apple down below here. Tessie, little retest. Let's see. Dude, I'm telling you, this is going to be a crazy day, man. Nancy slipping. I can see CRM back down to 138, $20 move on the daily. Well, if the market just capitulates and dies, then yes, I could see that definitely. All right, team. Keep hitting that like button on the way in if you guys have not already. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in here. Thank you. Thank you. SV, bro, you changed my life. Miss sitting at home learning from these live streams, by the way. Freedom, sad. What's up, bud? I never did the mullet. No, Freedom Seed. You said I have 2K and Thinkorswim. It's all I have, so I can't day trade. You can day trade. Is your program the wrong one for me? No, absolutely not. Guys, if you have less than 25K and you set up a cash account, you are completely good to go. You can make as many trades as you want as long as you're trading with settled cash. You're completely good to go, man. Yeah, we have people come in and start with $500 and see a lot of success. So it just depends. I would say, I mean, you can easily make decent money with $2,000. Cash accounts are not subject to PDT. True. Levels I see from Tesla to the downside. Well, I mean, I was looking at this key level here that it flashed below. I can throw this back on the hourly and see if we're going to get anything else. I mean, you do have this one down here at 216. I just don't think it's going to get there. And then you've got 218. You just flashed this one here. So this was the first level that you were really looking at on Tesla to the downside. I mean, in the hourly here, this thing's just melting. SPY up a little. Tessie fucking around, not doing much here. Tessie's been leading down, though. So Tesla's about to, it's hunting new lows right now. If you're trading options, not shares, true. I mean, if you're going to trade shares with it, you can, I mean, the settlement period is going to be a little longer. I started with 150, blew up your account after almost tripling it, had to restart with 300. There you go. Miguel, you've been killing it, though. Like, recently, I've been seeing you do very well. Been working on cars. I get small scalps when you start talking louder. Thanks, SCV. You're welcome, Moto. You're welcome, buddy. Tessie little move here. What are these up? 19 and a half. Cool. I wish you do spreads in a cash account. Well, you're selling options, so you can't. You need a margin account for it. The idea of a max loss without closing position is super appealing. Well, technically, when you trade options, you have a max loss too. It just depends on your sizing and what you're comfortable with. All right. I'd love these Tessies to go up 30%. I just don't know if they're going to get there. Wow. Okay, guys. Joseph, we'd love to have you in there, buddy. We have an awesome community of people. We're holding each other accountable. No willy-nilly bullshit. We have the only proprietary trading algorithms that retail investors have access to, and we're about to bring something revolutionary. So you're just learning all this? Hey, man. I mean, again, it's all about the learning, dude. It's all about the learning. I'll always be here to help you guys get through and learn. That's what it's all about. I mean, a lot of people like to do the copy, follow trade stuff. I think that's nonsense because you don't actually learn anything with it. Tesla's literally 6 cents off the lows. Oh, it just came within 1 cent of the low here. Let's see if it cascades down to 221. SPY's coming up. Tessie's showing some weakness here. Where are the Qs? Tesla's selling off here. Hold on. Where Tesla just made new lows. Where are the Qs? Is NASDAQ selling? No, Nasdaq's popping. Tesla's moving interesting here. Thoughts on HYMC? I don't like it. Not for me. Again, penny stocks I don't fuck around with. I feel like we let's see. Last but not least, spent the last 2 months doing quick scalps, just traveling. I'm off to Miami till next week, then off to Arizona. Freedom Seed. Dude, there you go, buddy. Want to take a look at Ford? Did it do it? Nah, there's the Tessie pop. Did it break down the 200? Yeah, it is. I mean, you're getting a little bit too close into Powell now. Here comes a SPY 5-minute rim. They're buying it up right now. It's taking me 6 months to save $1,000, but I'm nervous to start trading options. Daniel, make sure you watch that stop loss video. Gives you a lot of confidence to come in along with all the other curriculum videos. But again, start small. Paper trade a little bit. And like, again, if you're going to be trading with $1,000, I'd probably honestly go in with less and just trade in what you're essentially doing is you're not trading the $1,000 to make a bunch of money. You're trading the $1,000 to try and be consistent. Because here's the thing with $1,000, if you're making 1% a day, it's $10. But 1% a day is fucking crazy. Imagine if you had a $100,000 account. It's $1,000. Oh, Freedoms is my fleshlight? Oh, what's up, buddy? How you doing? All right, here comes Tessie running back up a little bit here. Oh, no, I'm only up 19% on Tesla puts. And I've already scaled out. Ooh, how low do I think Amazon can go? Let's see. It's kind of, I wouldn't touch it now. And there goes Tessie back down. New guys, please paper trade to see if you can consistently be profitable. Yeah, so here's the thing about paper trading. I would much rather people only paper trade to get the feel for entering and exiting trades and learning the strategy. The thing that paper trade doesn't give you is the most important part of trading, the emotional aspects of it. Like if you're able to lock in your emotional and learn how you react to certain situations in the market with real money and avoid doing stupid things, that's how you become successful. Again, it's method, mindset, money management. Those are the 3 M's that we always talk about, man. To Poland. Where's Tessie? It's fucking around. Fucking around a little bit here. How do I add you on here? You had a 4-hour later in Vegas last time. Oh, you would have to go probably Freedom. I think you're in the Discord, right? Just get the guy in the Discord. All right, let me give me like 2 seconds, team. I gotta go refill my liquid IV really quickly. And again, hit that like on the way in if you guys have not already. If you guys want to come to the best place to learn how to trade, make sure you guys check out that link right there. You guys will not be disappointed. Give me like 2 seconds. It doesn't take me long to fill up this water, but I will be right back. See how quick that was? See how quick that was? See how quick we do those things over here? Is the percentage release at 10 P? Powell is talking now. No, he's not. It's released at 2 p.m. Eastern, so I think that's no, it would be 11 PST probably. So 2 p.m. Eastern is the rate announcement with the report that comes out. Where's my damn cap? Fuck. Where's my cap? No, that's not the cap. Uh-oh. Well, this is unfortunate. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, I keep getting caught in this thing. Found it. Found it. By the sink. Yep. Moon Monkey got it. Dogecoin made a nice run. If you look at it on the 4-hour time frame with 1348, this is actually a great illustration of just how powerful our system is. So looking at Doge right here, down 7% today. But if you look at this on the 4-hour here, look where you entered. If you're following the rules, look at this. You get a cross back here. If you're bullish on Doge, cool. You get a candle above the 200 EMA right here. You enter. Even if you get in halfway up this candle here on the 4-hour, you're entering at 0.0622 or whatever. And it's up at 13. So you doubled. So, and again, we give you guys crypto alerts too. So we give you guys alerts on stocks, cryptos, everything. All right. SPY's moving a little bit here. Let's check on Tessie. Fuck you, Tesla. Asshole. I didn't move to Florida? No, I'm in Boston. All right. Tessie trying to get back above 222. What are these up now? Like 16? 17%. Cool. Let's see. When first starting out and learning the strategy, paper trade with the same amount, you plan to go in to use live? Yes. So no cap. That is what we were at right now. No Boston accent? No, I don't have a Boston accent. All right. Let's see what we get here on this little trade here. I mean, if I sold this now, I'd be in an interesting spot. Dude, this is not moving a whole lot, which is nice with this volatility here. I could take this thing at 16% right now and then set up for Powell. That's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I want right here. Yeah, I took that. Took it at 16. Then I might set something up for Powell. Don't come to Miami. That hair won't stand all day like that. No, it will. Don't worry. Get a cannoli and not at Mike's. No, isn't Mike's the tourist place? It's like the touristy place. Yeah, so I secured it on Tesla there. You're going to strangle 1,000 each way on the SPY? I mean, I'm going to do much less than that. There's no reason for me to go any craziness over there. Like, I'm just playing around with it. What do you think of the SPY rim off this level? It's not a rim at this point, unless it flashes right back down. So, I mean, that's fine on the Tesla there for me. I'll take that all day long. So, I ended up selling it at what I wanted the first take profit level to be, which is fine. And then the first sell was I think, like $20 lower a contract. Yeah, that was the smart move. So if I want to do anything now, I could strangle SPY. Yeah. The premiums are probably going to be fucked, though. Like, they're not going to be fun. Let me look. Like, the premiums might be like $200 for at the money dailies. Yep. Wow. Those are expensivo. They are juicing the chain on SPY here. Huh. Okay. Test you back down. But am I having Jay Powell's talk on the feed? For a little bit, yeah. For a little bit. Oh, 150 likes. I appreciate that, team. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see if we can get that number up to 200-300. That'd be sweet. Spread this stream out to some more people. Let's get after it. What are they pricing in now? I mean, I would say we're 99. Well, they're saying 88, but I would say 99% probability of a 75. So 88% probability of a 75 basis point rate hike. What is the top stock to target if the Fed meeting causes market-wide drop? I mean, SPY. I mean, you can mess around with SPY. Everything's going to move, though. SPY, Apple, like all the big names are going to move. Do you think there will be any good plays after the market has picked a direction after Powell? Oh, absolutely. The plays will be much better after Powell. Like tomorrow, the plays will be great. you kind of want to make a play, but just get nerves on Powell days. That's fine, man. I mean, Powell days are really like iffy. It goes either way. You either have to like say, okay, I'm going to gamble X amount and I don't care how much I lose, or you just sit it out and say, it is what it is. Just going to burn the day. All right, that's fine. Freedom Seed. Yeah, everybody got pissed off at me for saying what was going to happen with Ape, and then I was completely correct on it. So then everybody got super mad at me, and then they were all like, fuck you, I want confirmation bias. And then it is what it is. Like, I'm not out here just trying to just like fuck you guys over for YouTube views. Like, that's not what we're doing. When are they out? 2. So we got an hour and 5 minutes. But the people that listened saved a bunch of money and then came in with us and made a bunch of money too. So again, at the end of the day, I'm here to help you guys make money in the market, which we've been very successful at that. What did I say? That it was terrible and that it was going down, that the way that they did it was awful. And if they didn't do it like dump shares right away, it was fucked. You always get good call outs, so I don't know why they cried. Dude, come on. You definitely know why they got upset. But again, I was like, at the end of the day, in my mind, it's like, hopefully some people listened and like actually listened to the logical arguments that were being made. Dude, Tessie is in a land of its own today. Apple rip, SPY rip, Tesla starts to, and then just goes, meep. Bag holding until they collapse. Yeah, it is what it is. I just hope that enough people saw that where it was going just wasn't helpful. And I was like, they can't do that. I mean, and then they did, and then let's see here. All right, team, keep hitting that like button on the way in. What do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow's interesting. Initial claims, continuing claims, services. Friday's big. Non-farm, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings. That'll be interesting. And then Susan Collins is going to speak at 10 a.m. I listened enough to hedge, and I certainly don't regret it. Good. That's what it's all about. It's just information, too. I'm like, okay, does the way that I have laid this info out for you sound good or bad? Decide. No, Ryan, I already answered that. It's what do you call it? It's at 2 Eastern. Which will be very fun. All right, SPY moving up. Tessie's starting to finally move up here. Apple above VWAP. So they didn't want to hold it down around 380 for what do you call it? For Fed meeting so far. I mean, I'm happy I got out of those Teslas when I did. That was nasty. Sorry, thank you. No problem, buddy. What happened to ENVX? Didn't they have earnings or something? Oh my fucking God. That's just horrendous. Isn't that the, what's his name? Mark something? Plus 20% on Q3 revenue miss, wider generally accepted accounting principles loss. That's what GAP stands for those of you guys that didn't know. SPY bounce off the 200 on the 1. Is that where it's coming up to? I mean, it's the 48 on the 5 too, which is usually right around where it is. Yeah, hitting that 200 on the 1 here. Amazon curling around. Where's Nancy? Nancy didn't do it. Where's Tessie? Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to trade so much more Tesla now. It's so fun. No, not a hedge fund. That's not what it stands for. Cojones? Yeah, he was right too. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's just unreasonable land over there. Let's see. In the 2000s? What's in the 2000s? For wearing Gap clothes? Jesus, bro. All right, here's what we're going to do as well. I want you guys to say in the chat, do you think Powell is going to be hawkish or dovish? And for those of you guys that don't know what that means, if he's hawkish, he's going to maintain his stance on these tightening conditions and basically try and get credibility back and say, I need to get inflation under control. The data is not where I need it to be. Dovish would be a little bit on the other side where he can start to either ease off on tightening or loosening conditions. We got to bounce. My Uber is here. Freedom Seed. There you go, buddy. Thanks for coming back in. Hawkish, 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 dovish, hawkish. Everybody is saying hawkish here. Interesting. Dovish. Okay. Everybody is saying hawkish. So does that mean I just inverse the chat and then just only go calls? He's going to go big hawk. Okay. That could get interesting. Do a poll. Why not just poll it? Fair, man. Engage with your audience. Is this how you do it now? Start a Q&A. What the hell? Answer viewer questions live. Bro, that's what the live chat's for. YouTube, what are you doing? Hawkish or dovish? Hawk? Dove. And have at it. Go team. Take the walk to Poland. Can the Spire be halted? Yes. Circuit breakers. Yeah. 7% in the red. Is it 5 or 7? I think it's 7. We got a lot of people on the hawk side here. All right. Things are bending back around. You think he's going to show us his big, beautiful, strong hawk? All right, Moto. Relax there, buddy. I had to do the arm motion. Bro, settle down. Oh, this fucker's back in here. You know what? You're going to just immediately getting put in timeout. That's how this goes over here. That's how that's going to go. And here comes the alternative account. Top tick Micron with a baby play. Nice. I honestly feel like he'll come out hawkish, but to be honest, I have a feeling the market will do the opposite of what it should do. It's possible. That's why it's going to be such a disaster when the report comes out. What's my stance, hawk or dove? I think he needs to come out hawkish, but he could always come out as a dove. That's the thing. Like, all of the data just screams more tightening, more rate hikes, and everything of that sort. But, like, he could always come out and be like, just do whatever the fuck he wants. What's the difference between Goog and Goog L? I think it's one of them's preferred shares. It has to do with voting rights. When's the data released? 2 p.m. Why I'd be trading SPY after FOMC? Maybe. I kind of want to do something for it, but at the same time, I don't, you know? Like, there's always a lot of money to be made. It's just, it's stressful as hell. And I don't really want to do that. 2 p.m. blast up, 2:30 blast down. Yeah. Damn, everybody's saying hawk. Thank you. You're welcome. We will tighten harder after midterms. So here is honestly what I think he's going to say. Ready? We've done this a few times, but this is what I think is almost going to be word for word what Powell says. At this meeting, we raise rates by 75 basis points. And this is my expectation. None of the data is actually out yet. I'm going to do a Powell impression, and I'm going to use my crystal ball and say what's going to happen later. This is what I think. At this meeting, we raised by 75 basis points, and we will continue to read the tightness of the labor market conditions, inflationary pressures, wage growth, and everything of the sort. But we will not rule out loosening. Okay, so I've done it before. That was not a good one. But he's essentially going to say we're going to continue looking at the data, but we're not going to rule out decreasing the pace at which we raise rates. And I think if he says that, the market could run because they're going to take it as a dovish statement, but it's not really. It's him saying he's going to back off on the pace, but we're still going to the same place. It doesn't mean, and here's the other thing, it doesn't mean that we still can't go higher than what the projected terminal rate is now. Like right now, it's been between 4.5 and 5. But if you do 50 basis point rate hikes all the way through, you can still get higher than 5. So we'll see what happens with it. So his delivery today is going to be everything, basically? Yes. That sounds exactly like Powell. I attempt to. I attempt to sound like Powell. My Yellen impression's a lot better. Inflation is transitory, and the labor market and the rate hikes and like the oil prices. That's my Yellen impression. So it's pretty spot on, if you ask me. Tessie back down. Nothing crazy there. I could have waited for the rim, but at the same time, this is also where I exited. So it is what it is. I need to say tools more. But for the Powell impression, yeah, the Powell impression's not great. The Yellen one is fire. Your Airbnb puts printed? Nice. Usually we get giant candles in both directions. Yeah, we do. I have to assume he's getting pressure to at least appear a bit more dovish from politicians with the election right around the corner. Who knows if it matters, though? I don't think it matters. Bing! I don't think it matters. Bing! No nonsense policy. You're in timeout. Go sit on the steps. I have to assume he's getting... Well, so here's the thing. I don't think that matters because at the end of the day, it matters. Here's the issue, though. If there is pressure for him to appear more dovish, to pump the market, the issue is that they are kicking the can for the election that's happening in 2 years. If they don't rip the Band-Aid off now, then by election season, like the actual presidential election, everything could be completely and utterly fucked. So then there's no guarantee of them actually getting elected when it counts. That's the problem. If I was in the president's shoes right now, I would say, Powell, get inflation down. Do it as quick as you can so that in 2024, it's only a couple more days. That's thinking too short term. They're too narrow-sighted to look 2 years out. Well, they shouldn't be, because if they want to have any chance at getting elected on the basis of how the economy's doing, they need to rip it down for us going into 2023 and allow growth to happen in 2024 leading up into the election. That's what they need. That's the most logical thing for them to do. Apple on Invictus still looks sideways. Yeah, Algo, we have to do that comparison. Maybe today we could do that. We could go through and look at what happened today. That's because you're honest and genuinely want to fix things. I'm not, though. This is the thing, though. I'm not operating and making that statement on the basis of like actually fixing things. I'm thinking about if I was them and I wanted to maintain my power and influence in the United States, how would I do it? Because that's how they think. Why wouldn't I think like that too? In order for them to maintain their power and influence, they need the overall economy to be in a good place. So logically, how are they going to do that? They have to let Powell do his thing. They'll still let midterms play out before ripping it down in 2023. Well, it may not give them enough time. And yes, Jamie, I would like things to be fixed. But in that statement there, I'm thinking about, okay, if I was them, how would I try and maintain my power? Well, I know when the next big date is for, let's say I'm the president, for me to get elected. Oh, here we go again. I like this game. It's like whack-a-mole. That's the only way to look at it. We're all human, and after all, at the end of the day, they want to keep their power, job, income for their families. That's just how it is. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily money. It's power. They already have money, and they have ways to generate money if they needed it. It's all power. They don't give a shit. I'm telling you right now. That's why we sit here and try to make as much money in the market as we can every single day with you guys, because, I mean, they're not going to help you. Nobody's coming to save you. You think a fucking politician's going to come in and do something that's good for you? No. Why? What do they care? All they're trying to do is maintain their power and influence to benefit them. And if anybody in this live chat was in that same position, I would almost say for certain that they would do the same thing. It's just the way the system is set up. The incentives aren't there. He said he's been to all 54 states. Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. Keeping that like button on the way in if you guys haven't already. Helps out a whole lot with the algos over here. It's good to see a lot of you guys back in here. Money is just a vehicle for power. Power is above money. We play the game, so money matters. Well, money can get you power. It's hard to have power without money. Can I play whack-a-mole too? I've been the one playing whack-a-mole so far, and it's been fun. I like it. I'm just going to sit here and just piss him off the entire time. Maybe I'll let him say two things. How would I fix the current economic situation if I was Powell? And also what I think of ASML. Okay. ASML, I'd have to take a look at. But if I were to fix the current situation if I was Powell, I mean, again, it's hard to look back and say this is what I would have done. You can't print all that money and then think things are going to be okay and then say inflation's transitory and then it's not a problem and then all this bullshit. So they would have had to raise rates. So what I would have done is like do those 25 basis point rate hikes, but at the end of last year and just slowly do them and just slowly step it up and keep going. And then if you need to go up a little bit, we probably wouldn't have had to do a 75. Squirrel's here. Here you go, buddy. What's up, man? Found time to jump in the midday stream. I appreciate that, Red Ape. Thank you, buddy. They just blame the other party when the long term comes. Yeah, but you can't play the blame game because they're just going to blame each other for the same fucking problem. like imagine there's two people sitting there and then there's a third party and the third party has to decide which one they want to believe. And each side of the argument is blaming the other for what happened, both making good or semi-good arguments. You're just going to sit there and be like, I don't fucking care. Like, that's what's most likely going to happen. I would probably sit there and be like, both of you, shut up. I don't care. Figure it out. Let's see. Dude, so, okay, first of all, Ape Nation, that's not where I'd live, bro. Why do you think you know where I live? How far out would you set expectations on selling covered calls, weekly or longer? I'd probably do 2 weeks. I don't know. I'd have to look. It depends on the premiums, and it depends on what the chart's looking like. Will you keep Powell stream on YouTube? We'll do it for a little while, and then we'll hop off and go into the private stream with you guys. But we'll get everything at 2. All right. Also, guys, make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram too. If you guys aren't already, I've been telling you, we got some interesting things coming here. And you're gonna want to be over there for some of that. So again, I'll follow all of you guys back over there right now. If you guys would like to follow me over there, we got some fun stuff going on, but there's gonna be a lot more fun things that are coming too. So let's see. Spy slipping here, Tessie moving back down. I mean, it is what it is. It's not that far off the lows, but I'll take that 16% trade. Thank you. How much did I lose in the markets before being profitable? Well, it depends. It's kind of a balance. Like I ran my account up a lot, then blew it up. So technically from the top to the bottom, it was like 13 grand. But like the loss wasn't that big because I had already made the money, if that makes sense. And then I just decided to not be a fucking idiot and hold weeklies overnight. Oh, what's up, Instagram people? How you guys doing? Yeah, I'm following all you guys back right now. Let's get after it, man. All right. Selling covered calls. Yeah, I can do that with you guys. Here comes Tassie again. Let's see. All right. What are the gilts doing? Nothing. 10-year, still above. Ooh, hello. Dollar picking back up here. Okay. Apple looks like it's going to cross down. This is Apple here, and it's already crossed down. Levels on Amazon to the downside. This is fun. Let me look here. Amazon. And this thing's just melting. If you're really, I wouldn't touch it now, but I mean, you have this earning. You have it basing over here. I mean, honestly, 87, but there really isn't much. I mean, you're kind of down below this 94 level here too. There really isn't much besides this little earnings flash candle. Let's see. You're looking at the 3-minute about the Invictus alert. Invictus isn't a 3-minute. Well, I mean, no, Invictus isn't on the 3-minute. Invictus is on the 5. Can we just ban that dude? No, I will. I'm just having fun with him, Algo. It's fun. All right. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Is there anything coming out quick right now? Let's see. No. 1 hour ago, Powell hawkishness should be measured by word count. At Jackson Hole, he was brief, on message, and to the point. If that is the Powell we see today, expect to see the dollar higher and risk off in equities as year-end pivot hopes are unwound. The longer he speaks, the more potential for caveats and conditionality that the market could interpret as an attempt to do less. That's from Goldman. That's kind of what we were saying, just not in terms of the word count. He could say some things and people are going to be clutching to the possibility that we could see a pivot in December. So if he says anything like, yeah, we're going to continue to read the data as it comes in, we're not going to rule out the possibility of slowing the pace at which we increase rates. The market is going to go fucking nuts on that, which I don't necessarily like. Let's see. Why are you surprised it's still live streaming on the Discord? I live stream in the Discord every day, man. Every day, 2 times a day, sometimes 3 for you guys. And we've been on a hot streak. Let's see. Are you staying on for Jerome Powell? I'll stay on for some of it. We'll be on for some of it. Then we're going to hop into that afternoon stream that we always do. Do I ever use 920 or only 1348? I only use 1348. What do you call it? 920 is a little bit quick. So for most people learning, it's a little bit too fast for them. You'll get stopped out a little bit more. Bing. Whatever happened to my cougar? I don't know. Don't worry. We got a full supply of cougars. It's okay. What if they do 100 basis points? Market death. Market death would be what happens there, which I don't foresee them doing. Got to be up for working 7 hours, but want to trade Powell. Where the fuck do you live, bro? That's kind of nuts. That's progressive, dude. All right, team. Let's see here. Oh, wait. I think I missed some of you guys on Instagram, too. Yeah, I gotcha. Changed my name. We had beautiful conversations. No, we didn't. Don't say that. All right, folks. Let's see. Thanks for answering questions. That's what I'm here for. You guys have questions about anything trading related, anything market related right now? That's what I'm here to do. Let's see. Come on. Let's see if there's anything else on Zero Hedge here that we could get. Any new announcements? Here's what the Fed may say and 3 things to watch for. In 2022, the S&P has been up or down at least 7.5% in 5 separate months, the most since 1937. That is so good for trading, dude. It's crazy. I'm over here dying. Well, please, dude, you're just starting rumors over here, just like the damn car giveaway forever. You do night shifts unloading trucks anywhere from 10 to 16 hours a night. Oh, that makes sense then. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. All right. And again, for those of you guys that didn't know, we do these midday live streams every single day. So if you guys want to come back, it's a little bit slower today just until Powell. And this time of the day is a little bit slow too, but we usually break everything down for you guys. Let's see. Still hitting the crack pipe? Oh, of course. If you were the sole winner of the current Powerball, would you keep investing? If so, would your trading behavior change? I mean, I would keep trading for fun because I like it. But I would just throw it in some fixed income instrument, live off the income, and be good to go. What thoughts on Meta? Ooh, we were talking about this yesterday, where if they're able to execute on the metaverse stuff, they're going to be in a really, really good spot. The problem is that if they can't, they still have a business model that works if they can fully capitalize on short form content, which I think they can with Instagram Reels. The only problem is that by the time they've spent all that money and figure out that this metaverse shit could be an absolute dud, that the cash that they've burned is gonna tank the value of the stock so much that even then it could come back up, but it's gonna be from such a lower level. You worked 96 hours last week. That's ridiculous. That's pretty ridiculous there. It would be shares. Yeah, I would probably go fixed income with it. Something fixed income, real estate, buy it cash, triple net leases, and do whatever. You really wanted the Benz? Dude, the Mercedes was so nice. I love that car. And then when I moved here, I realized I didn't need it and I was still paying for it. And then they rinsed me, bro. They rinsed me. I know you caddied and played in school. Do I play much now? Nah, man. I wish. I'll probably be able to play a little bit this winter, but I haven't played in forever. Like I maybe played like 1 or 2 times last year. So I'm just so busy all the time. When's the big meeting? 2 p.m. and 2:30. So you wouldn't YOLO at all on a daily? Well, if I did, I would move the market. They might start charging on some of the platform for their in some of their platform like Elon did. I don't think that's a bad idea. Thanks for your response. No problem. 15-second recap on the data. Well, we had the ADP unemployment report that came out, which was not good. It basically was kind of the final nail in the coffin for the pivot. So that's kind of why the market sold off. Dude, this is so fun. I love playing whack-a-mole. I love it, man. Keep going, buddy. Let's keep it going. All right, team. Let's see. Thoughts on DWAC? I mean, you mean Whack-a-Troll? Yeah. DWAC, a lot of these hype stocks, I don't play around with, man. It's just, and the thing is, I try to stay away with talking about them a lot too, because a lot of people that are watching the streams, they do realize that there is money to be made, but you can lose a lot. And they know when to sell, they know how to trade. I mean, especially those people that have been with us in 1348 for like the entire year, they get it at this point. But there's a lot of people that hear any of those stock names like DWAC, BBI, a lot of those, and then they're just like YOLO, and then they go into it and then they have no sell plan. Or they hear everybody else say like, oh no, don't sell anything. And then they're like, oops, no. So then they're just continuously pouring money into something that they do not have any plan to get out of. And they're just tying up capital into something that just is not going to benefit them. You were the crack pipe. Oh, hello, hello. So glad the other day when you said it was bear market and you really, and you held your puts. Well, I mean, at that, don't be holding random stuff overnight. Mullen had the biggest hype in the last 2 weeks, still plummeting. It happens every single time. Every time. All right. Tessie's still fucking around below 222. That's fine. I mean, Theta might have came and gotten me a little bit there, and I would have been able to get out at, let's say, 15%, but I'll take that 16 on there. What stocks do you recommend are the best for options trading when starting out? I like SPY, NVIDIA, Tesla. It depends how much money you have, though. It depends on your account size. Am I back on YouTube or just for now? I do these midday live streams every day, Polo. Every day, midday lives. So if you guys want to come back in here, make sure you guys subscribe, turn those notifications on. And then I got videos for you guys every single day too. But if you want to get the live streams when I'm trading the most during the day and really laser focused, locked in, and making sure everybody needs to know everything that they need to in order to have success throughout the day, you guys know where to find us. I mean, best place to learn how to trade. It's linked in the top of the live chat. I'll throw that link in here for you guys too if you do want to hop in. I keep saying it, but we have some of the craziest things coming very, very, very soon. So if you guys really want to take your trading to the next level, hop in, man. The results speak for themselves. I can show you guys gains galore, but at the same time, it's like, okay, the strategy is very powerful and works very well. Worth it? Thank you. I appreciate that, C. Rich. But yeah, it's a lot of it is trading psychology, knowing exactly how you react in specific situations and risk management, man. Let's see. Yeah, Apple slipping, Tessie slipping a little bit here. All right, so you got about a half hour until Powell, or not Powell, but the report comes out. Neo, DraftKings, Rivian, Affirm, good takers for small accounts. Yep. Yeah, those are good ones. I love NVIDIA's not terrible. AMD's probably all right too. Free crack pipes for everyone. Yeah. I mean, you guys get those proprietary trading algorithms, Pythagoras, Trader Joe, Invictus, the predictive algorithm on the 5-minute. That's an absolute monster. North Korea sending artillery to Russia for war in Ukraine. That's not ideal. No, Tesla Cybertruck production is not being further delayed, says Tesla. Interesting. Proprietary crack pipes? Dude, there are no proprietary crack pipes. You get to see me go on crack, though, and I'm making a bunch of money in the market, though. Let's see. Crack pipe merch. You guys are funny. All right. 33 minutes until Jerome. SPY bending over here a little bit. Let's see. All right. Oh, God. Let's see. I know. We're going to have some fun on Instagram, too. You have a reservation for a Cybertruck, reservation number 2385? Okay. Well, DM Ohio, is that like personal info, though? I don't know. So, dude, why'd you reserve the Cybertruck, though? I think that car looks fucking dumb. Like, sorry. I just think it looks stupid. Sorry. I know it's probably cool, but, like, I just think it looks silly. It looks like a UFO. Did I ever get off house arrest? Yeah, I did. That's kind of where it started, where I was like, uh-oh, there's just no logic around here. 32 minutes now. Great investment for any business purposes. If your business is just driving through things and like being shot at. Sorry, DM. I didn't mean to be an asshole, but it's not for me. SPY fucking around here a little bit. I don't know. Let's see what we get. Show ankles to prove it. No, I'm not going to do that, actually. 30 minutes. It's 31 minutes to go. Are you guys bad at the clock thing? Let's see. So ugly, I like it. Oh god. All right. So at least you're in agreement and you're not over here saying like, "Nah, dude, it looks cool." All right, let's see. So if I'm trying to look at the yeah, so I would go for those. And then these. Yeah, okay. Okay. I just feel like it could be a dud, you know? I just feel like the event could be a dud. It might be ugly, but 1348 paid for it, so who cares? DM is a boss? Dude, he is a boss. No worries. All right, cool. But Powell talks at 2:30. Yeah, he talks at 2:30, but the initial report of what the rate hike is going to be is at 2. Am I going to watch the whole interview? No, we'll watch part of it, then we'll hop over at 3 with the live stream. Sitting here at the airport. Thanks for the entertainment while I wait. Kelly, there you go, buddy. Where are you going? You going back to Kelly from Toronto? Is that where you're going? Yeah, shout out to all you guys in here today. I appreciate you. We do these live streams every single day at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to come back, you're more than welcome to hop back in. Is the 1348 strategy most relevant on the 1, 3, or 5? I think it's the most relevant on the 5. If you're day trading, you can use the 3 to front run it a little bit, but we already have predictive algorithms for the 5-minute that are better and more consistent than the 3. The 1 is the one you can use sometimes to rim, but you can get flashed around a little bit. DM paid for my month membership a while back, so I love the guy. DM, fucking all around good guy there. Powell saw what the market did on that bogus story about a pivot. He won't submarine himself by even insinuating a pivot. That's my take. We just read that statement from Goldman Sachs a couple minutes ago, and if he comes out short and sweet and is like, nope, it's gonna be icky. Sometimes I feel like the time the 5-minute hits, it's already running. It's too late. Sometimes, yes. That's why we have Invictus, though. That's able to predict them before they happen. We can do it 50 minutes before. What time am I taking the strangle? I don't know if I'm going to do it. We'll see. Most powerful on the daily and the 4-hour. That's true, too. That's what the study is from. It's the most profitable EMA crossover. I believe it was on the daily time frame. But 4 hours sweet, too. And that's what our algorithms trade on, the daily. It's a strategy to trade when Powell talks. I've had some crazy days when Powell talks where I just run up the account. Crazy flipping contracts quick. I don't know if I'm going to do it today. Maybe. I kind of want to play the strangle, see what happens. But I don't know. Maybe have some fun. Have a little bit of fun there. All right, folks. SPY kind of flatlining around here. Dude, we almost got to where I thought they were going to pin it. We were almost on our way there to 380 before Powell. If in that case, if it's most effective on the daily, how far do you pick your options expiration? Barry, we talk about this in all of the curriculum videos that we have. I believe there's about 15 of them, but in this marketplace for the daily, I would do at least 2.5 months in time. In normal market conditions, when you see trending markets, you can go minimum of a month. Do I prefer the 3 or 5-minute for day trading? I like the 5. Almost every time that you guys see me have a chart up, it's the 5-minute. Sometimes it's the 1. Market rips on 50. It would, but I highly doubt we're doing 50 basis points. That would be a bit crazy, especially after the data that's been coming out. Yeah. If Apple buckles after the announcement, buy market, they're the last warrior standing. That's true. But Apple needs to get to like the 52-week lows, which is what? 132 or something? 128? That's a long way to go. Let's see. We're going to have some fun, dude. We're going to have some fun. Let's see. Apple coming up to VWAP here. All right. Let's see what we're going to get. You bought a strangle yesterday, 384.50 put, currently up 30.5%, call down 22.75. Well, if they're equal weighted, you're up nicely. What's your reasoning behind shorting the VIX when you be more bearish in the market in this market climate? Oh, my Lord. Do you think that because my name is short the VIX that I'm continuously shorting the VIX all the time? Is that what we're doing, Mr. Chris? Have you heard the terminal rate for next year might be 5? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. 4.5 to 5 is where I'm thinking. Yes, you VIX shorter. All right, guys. Let's relax a little bit here. Totally, that's their D48. Yeah, I just always short the VIX no matter what happens. No, that's not how it works. It's from a TV show. And if the VIX is going down, there's most of the time, everything else in the market's going up. So it's a bullish name. Which over the last year, you would want to go long the VIX, but and you're Squirrel, you're calling me short now? I didn't realize 6-2 was short. Or Victor? No, that's not. That's not it. All right, team. Let's see. Keep hitting that like button on the way in. If you guys have not already, I'd really appreciate it. You guys are killing it today. Love to have all you guys back in here. Let's see. Photoshop? No. Fed set for another rate hike may tamp down on future tightening. That's from Reuters 32 seconds ago. Hold on. Let's see if we can pull up this article. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates by 0.75 of a percentage point for the fourth straight time on Wednesday, but opened the door to a future slowdown in its policy tightening as it balances the risk of stubbornly high inflation against economic strains of tighter credit. The U.S. Central Bank will announce its latest policy decision at 2 p.m., with Fed Chair Powell scheduled to elaborate on policymakers' thinking in a news conference a half hour later. The Fed will not release new quarterly economic projections, leaving Powell to finesse what may be a particularly tricky update about the Federal Open Market Committee's expectations for the economy, inflation, and interest rates. Rising prices are a top-of-mind concern cited in public opinion polls and among investors, and have been a centerpiece of Republican criticism of the Biden administration ahead of next week's congressional elections. Data since the Fed's September 20 to 2020, the last policy meeting, has given little sense that inflation, which has been running at 40-year highs, is easing in any decisive way. The job market remains strong. Yet some Fed policymakers have begun to worry more openly that lifting borrowing costs too aggressively could drive the economy into a needless recession, noting that some survey and private data show price pressures beginning to ease. If Powell does set the stage for smaller rate hikes in the future, it will be with language that tries to avoid any commitment and leans heavily on how the economy and inflation behave in the coming weeks. Oh, exactly what we've been saying. The release on Tuesday of a report showing an unexpected jump in job openings in September is another example of data not cooperating with the Fed's desire to slow the pace of rate hikes, Citi analysts wrote. Resilient data raises further the risk that any slowdown is paired with hawkish communication that policy rates could rise for longer and to higher terminal rates. Ooh, interesting. The rate hike the Fed is expected to deliver on Wednesday will move the target federal funds rate 75 basis point higher to a level between 3.75 and 4%. The policy rate has not been this high since early 2008, and the pace of the Fed's moves this year, 375 basis points of tightening after the expected move on Wednesday, is unmatched since the far stiffer rate increases former chair Paul Volcker resorted to in the 1980s. Ahead of the release of Wednesday's policy statement, traders and contracts tied to the federal funds rate were split on whether the Fed would be able to slow the pace of upcoming hikes or would approve yet another unusually large 0.75 of a percentage point increase at the December meeting. Data since the September meeting has given the central bank little clarity. Separate reports showing consumer prices rising 8.2% in the 12 months through September in a different index preferred by the Fed, still more than triple the central bank's 2% target. Do you guys want more, or do you guys know this already? Because we can keep going. Basically, it's saying everybody has no fucking clue, but people have been yelling for a pivot, and they're just going to read the data as it comes in. And basically, all the data sucks leading up to here. So there's really not any reason for the rate hike to or for them to slow down, but they might do it anyway just because of somebody wanting something. Like, that's essentially what they're saying. SPY 5-minute just crashed through the 48. Yeah, it did crack here. Dude, Tessie's in a land of its own. Let's see, 140. Interesting here. All right, team. Again, as you guys are filtered in, make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream. We are we're a little bit lower than 50%. Costs you nothing to do. It helps me out a little bit over here. Perfect recap. Thanks. Is Powell still Bob the Builder? Can we fix it? No, we can't. No. With his tools? Yeah, Jerome Powell is literally Bob the Builder with all these. Oh, here we go. We're starting to get some action over here. Here we go. We're seeing some last minute positioning. Here we go, team. This is getting a little spicy. Dixie selling? Yeah, Dixie just went off a cliff. What are the yields doing? Yeah. Ooh, that's a bit weird. Yeah, Dixie off a little cliff there. What is that? Is that 3D6? That's interesting there. I like that. All right. Scare tactic by big money to get the puts to sell. That's all that article seems to be to me. However, putting your eggs in one basket, hoping that Jerome Powell sticks to his guns would be dumb. I agree. All right, guys. I got to run to the bathroom for like 2 seconds, but I will be right back. Hit that like button on the way in. It's going to take me like 2 seconds. If you guys are new here, well, you're going to learn how quick a bathroom break is around here. It's fucking speedy like the Flash. So give me like 2 seconds. All right, folks. We're getting there. I did wash my hands. Don't worry. What happening? I just went to the bathroom. We're not just leaving a stream on here for like no reason. He goes on his hands to save time. No, fucking my hands are wet though. All right, SPY blasting through VWAP here, and Tessie is saying, I don't want to go with you. Dude, Tesla is in its own world. That support level right there is filthy. It's acting like a magnet. Liar. No way you wash your hands that fast. Well, everything come out okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. don't worry, Daniel. I'm good. Would you trade once the data is released or wait until Powell? If you're gonna trade Powell, you have to be very careful. I would not use any significant Daniel, stop. Any significant amount of money. Be very, very careful with Jerome. But we've got 17 minutes until the rate hike announcement. You wash your hands before you use the bathroom at the gym? That's fair. That was long. Dude, it was like less than a minute. Just screwing with you. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that, buddy. All right. Let's see what we're getting over here. I like it. What are we expecting if we're 75? I think the market's expecting 75. So it depends on what's mentioned in that report. And then in Powell's statements, if trade Powell, you have to wait until after the market picks a direction, which it usually takes a while to do. Proper washing is opening an obscure shop in the middle of nowhere. Okay. 75 is not bullish. I don't really care what the rate hike is. I think it's going to be 75, and I think the market's priced that in. It has to do with it has to do with what he actually says and if he comes out as a hawk or a dove. That's the real move. So we will see it too. Because they could just blow through some of these levels here. Like if it flies through 380, like this could be nasty here. Washing money, laundering. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Ding, 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 ding. Cool. Let's see what the SPY wants to do here. Leading up into Pow Pow. Thanks for streaming this. No problem, Lori. No problem, guys. Let's get after it here. Let's have some fun. Okay, here's what we're going to do with this. We're going to do here. We're going to mess with them a little bit there. Same thing on this side. Let's do this. Let's do that. Okay. Boom. Okay. Let's see what happens here. It's always fun. I appreciate it. Team's all here. They are. Ooh, SPY starting to run up here a little bit. Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. SPY. I have no idea, Nicky Ricky. I have no idea. I mean, if they were short, they made a bunch of money. So, and you can really never tell what they have. SPY running up to the 200 here. This is an interesting move. Also, Tesla fucking doesn't want to go anywhere. Let's see here. All right, team. Dude, we're 25 likes away from 300. Thank you, guys. Can I take a look at NVIDIA? Oh, I thought I had it up here. Sorry. I usually have Nancy up. Yeah, Nancy moving around a little. All right. Ankle gang showing up. We got them all here. What's up, team? All right, 12 minutes until Powell. Well, not really. 12 minutes until the rate hike announcement, and then 30 minutes until Powell after the rate hike announcement. So 42 minutes until you get to hear Papa Jerome. What time frame for strangles? It depends. It depends. If you're trying to play the quick move, you essentially want it like as close as possible so that one side goes to 0 as quick as you want, and then the other side can go crazy. But I'd be very careful with doing anything on Powell. What do you think? Are we going down? Well, it depends. It really depends on what. I could say I think we're going down or I think we're going up. Oh, Sam Lee, thanks for being a member, buddy, for 9 months. That's a pregnancy. I took the walk to Poland. Dude, that song is so bad that it's good. Like I heard it the other day. Am I in on SAP? No, I don't know what that is. That like the song is so horrendous that it's actually catchy. Suck it 9 months. Not a hedge fund. Thanks for being a member, everybody. What platform are you on before the midday stream? So I'm streaming with our private community members every single day, from 8:45 until 10:30, and then Gabe comes on, then I come on here, and then we go back on in the afternoon. If you want access to the only proprietary trading algorithms on the market, all of the alerts on multiple different time frames for 1348, and cryptos, the curriculum videos, the live streams, the options alerts. Come check us out. Let's see. Dalton, that's not the best thing to be doing, pal. All right, 10 minutes to go. What's up, Vix? Let's print. I know, let's do it. Let's do it, man. On dollar potential backing with Bitcoin. What do you mean? I mean, technically, Bitcoin is denominated in dollars. Those of you who aren't in the Discord, it's an amazing community. Lori, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, we've got a lot of awesome people in there. It's a very, very fast growing community. We have a lot of people in there that are really, really having a lot of success. And we hold ourselves accountable. We hold each other accountable and make sure that people aren't making silly mistakes and helping everybody else along the way. Let's go, ankle gang. Let's do it. Spy is running up into Powell here. Hello. May use Bitcoin to back the dollar, maintain global standard. I don't think they're going to do that. That's a bit crazy. Please crash the housing market. I want to buy a dip. Oh, it's about to go. 700 plus watching. Let's run those likes up. Thank you, Moonbound Monkey. I appreciate that. If you're not part of the 1348 community, then what are you doing with your trading life? Geo, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, that is some big boy candles trying to get up to that 200 EMA there. Waiting for more cash flow? Calvin, there you go, buddy. Hopefully you're able to take some learning from some of the videos that we posted in the stream. So that when you do end up wanting to join, you're completely ready to go. Hit the ground running. Fake pump trap. That would be very interesting here. The put premium's holding. They have to pump it before dumping it. I mean, it's been dumping all day, so we'll see. You're up 30% on SPY calls, tempted to hold them into the data release. Well, if you do without a put hedge, I think that would be a bit silly. And you're up 30%. Depending on how many contracts you have, you could make it free if you really wanted to. Yep. SPY is just trapped between VWAP and the 200 here, and we've got 8 minutes. Is that the Jaws theme I hear? Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. All right, let's see here, team. You know what Gabe would say about those calls? Yep, you're up 30%, man. That's pretty crazy. My Tessie puts today, we're only up like at the height. I think I saw 21. I ended up getting out at 16, which is still crazy. Gap fill on SPY coming. Where, bro? Like, where? Like, where's their gap? Which gap are you talking about? I mean, why am I on the 5 minute? I'm a dumbass. Which gap? This one? Are you crazy? The 400 gap? Are you nuts? Dude, that would be fucking nuts. That would be crazy. Oh, on 1 minute? I don't know about that. Let's see here. All right, 7 minutes to go, team. This is going to be interesting. All right, everybody. Keep hitting that like on the way in. Let's get some more people in here. Let's have some fun going into Powell. This is going to be pretty crazy, dude. This is going to get crazy. So we're going to get essentially the report of the rate hike, some statements made, and then Powell comes out at 2:30. Let's see. Oh, you guys are killing it on the likes. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Or sell like 85% of it and keep it running. Yeah, you could do that too. I mean, we have the guys. Remember, we have that make it free strategy, the stop loss strategy. The stop loss strategy is fire though. For normal trading days, the stop loss strategy is amazing. And that video is out publicly on the channel too. So make sure you guys are learning from that. That's a really good one. Your strangle is set. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, team. Trailing stop. I do it manually. 5 minutes till FOMC. Here we go. What are these at? All right. So that's, wait, this one is, okay. That could do it. That could also do it. Okay. That's fine. You think it'll be smart to follow the trend after Powell? For today, yes. I don't know if I'd hold anything overnight though. I do the manual trailing stop. I do it manually. So I will move my stops when I want to move my stops at whatever range I want to. Slow motion train wreck inbound. Let's see, dude. This could get dirty. Did we buy any options? I mean, I never come out blatantly say what I'm getting just to make sure that you guys are actually learning and not coming here to just like follow trade. I think that's a silly thing to do. I mean, I was walking you, and once I have them, I'll walk you guys through the trades that I have just so that you guys understand how to manage a lot of these trades. I mean, you guys saw me go through the Tesla trade here. I mean, I was in back up here, rode it all the way down, scaled out. I think it was here, and then let it fly around here a little bit, sold it on the way back up on the rest of them. Will I read the report? Yeah, we can. We can. Hold on. Here we go. All right, let's see. 4 minutes to go. Just main data points. It'll oh, this is interesting. Premiums are shooting up across the board. Let's see. It's 1348 for day trading options versus investing long term. It's a mix of everything. We have something for everybody. You can swing trade, you can day trade. We go over long term stuff as well. Time to trade Jay Powell in the 1 second. If you want to have a fucking heart attack, yeah. Woo! All right, 3 minutes, team. If you're gonna do it, make sure you place your bets. Let's see. Let's see who we're gonna get. I'm hoping this just like it just does everything that I need it to do, and then done. You got a spy put at the top, just made $1,500. How much money did you put on that, bro? Like 15, 20 grand? I think we would get a lot more out of the process if we did the follow trade. I know I would. No, you wouldn't, because the problem is that even if the thing is that you wouldn't, in most scenarios, I could walk you through the entire thought process, but you're not going to see what I'm seeing most of the time. I'd rather talk to you guys about exactly what I'm seeing versus I call out something, then we talk about it, and you still don't know why you're entering or where you're exiting and why. All right, folks. 2 minutes. Let's say 2 minutes. I bet it goes up or down, and I'm in on both. There you go. I would love to see giant volatile moves. This is dope. What's up, Ralph? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All the new people that are in here seeing this for the first time, welcome. My name's STV. Hopefully you guys are having fun. My charts are frozen. No, they're not. These might be. But the only one we really need is SPY. Why giant moves? Because that would be fun. You want to see market death going into the after hours? That would be a lot of fun. You have anxiety? It's okay, man. It's just the stock market. All right, less than a minute to go. Ooh, wow. White House just said something. Fed is independent. Biden believes it has the best monetary policies to address inflation. Uh-oh. That's weird to come out right now. $10 swing in any direction, please. That would be interesting. All right, team. Here we go. I bet Powell says he fixed everything. There would be no recession. I highly doubt that. All right. Prepare yourselves. We got a countdown going here. Come on, let's go big volume. Let's see. It could be a dud. You never know. It could be a dud. You never know. It could be a dud. Oh, here we go. SPY running there. Trying to get up a little bit. Oh, let's see. Oh, it's kind of flashing around a little bit. Okay, here we go. Fed raises benchmark rate 75 basis points to 3.75 to 4% range, and it is pretty much unchanged right now. It is flatlined. It has not picked a direction yet. Brace yourselves. Oh, there it goes back up a little bit. Let's see if I can pull up the report here quick. There it goes. Oh, Federal Reserve issues FOMC statement. Let's pull it up. Recent indicators point to modest growth in spending and production. Job gains have been robust in recent months, and the unemployment rate has remained low. Inflation remains elevated. Let's hold on. Inflation, where was that? SPY popping nicely there. SPY ripping up there. Oh, shit, that took it. Let's see here. Let's see what it does. Okay, so Russia's war against Ukraine is causing tremendous human and economic hardship. The war and related events are creating additional upward pressure on inflation and are weighing on global economic activity. The committee is highly attentive to inflation risks. The committee seeks to achieve maximum employment and inflation at the rate of 2% over the long run. That seems a bit weird there. Dixie Tank. Let's see. Hold on. The committee, where is this? The committee anticipates that the ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. SPY is going on a mission here. SPY ripping. Let's see if this is going to continue here, team. So, in assessing the appropriate stance of monetary policy, the committee will continue to monitor the implications of incoming information for economic outlook. The committee will be prepared to adjust the stance of monetary policy as appropriate if risks emerge that can impede the attainment of the committee's goals. The committee's assessments will take into account a wide range of information, including readings on public health, labor market conditions, inflation pressures and inflation expectations, and financial and international developments. So that is the data that has come out initially here. We are now waiting for a couple of the basically to see if there's going to be a follow through move across the board. This is exciting. Tessie almost green. Yeah, Tessie shot up there. Tessie shot up like $5. Let's see if we end up getting that crack. So really what the move is going to be now is to see if Powell comes in and fucks this up. This is really interesting. Guys, again, if you guys are just filtering in here, make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream. Helps out a whole lot with the algos over here, positive or negative. Well, as of right now, we got the 75 basis point hike, and we're now waiting for Powell. So you really just gotten the hike. Taking into account the cumulative tightening. In addition, the committee will continue reducing its holdings of Treasury securities. Yeah, so this is just the report that came out. So, now falling below 387, slowly moving its way back down. Let's see what happens here. U.S. stocks move sharply higher after Fed rate announcement. S&P last up 0.6. Euro rises after Fed statement, up 0.73% on the day at 0.99. 4.6. U.S. Treasury 2-year yields down 7 basis points at 4.4722 after the Fed decision. Let's see. All right, it's teetering right around 387. So let's see what's going to happen on this next candle here. If it wants to move back down, that would be very, very interessante. Vic sharted? No, I did not shart. Dollar got smoked. Yeah, watch out. This is the first initial move. It can always run right back down. Back up. It's just kind of flying around here. All right, new candle. All right, FOMC rate statement. Yeah, that was the, hold on, let me see if this is what we just read. Yep, that was what we just read. First move isn't always the right move. Usually it isn't. So this could be interesting here. All right, starting to move back down a little bit. Let's see. Doesn't a 75 show there was no pivot? No. So the pivot is that everybody was pricing it. Everybody was expecting a 75 here. We knew that we were getting that 75 basis point rate hike. What we didn't know, and what we're still about to find out, is what Powell thinks about December. That's going to be this next move that we're waiting for in the next half hour. You said a 10% stop, take profit. Nice, man. Nice. Let me see. Did that actually get filled up there? That's kind of wild. Where did this? There it goes. Yeah, that got filled. Oh, I like top ticked it too. That's great. That's exactly what I wanted to happen there. Exited both of your calls because I do not trust what happens next. Smart. So here's what I did. I wanted to have a little bit of fun. So here's what I did. I grabbed a strangle, and what I did was after I had both of the calls and puts set up, I set limit orders. Yeah, I'll stream Powell for a little bit. So I set limit orders at certain levels where I wanted to be able to take profit at certain dollar amounts. So on that pop candle, I was completely hands off, and it took me out. Took profits for Tessie 220 calls. Nice. Oh, here comes SPY again. You're seeing some buyers step up here. I personally I think that the price action going into Powell is going to be a little bit of bullshit here. So be careful on some of the nonsense moves that we could potentially see. Fed swaps downgrade 75 basis point rate hike in December. So let's see what the December is pricing in now. A 50. So you're pricing in a 50 now. Let's see. White House after latest Fed rate hike says Fed actions helped lower inflation. But did they though? Did they though? I did a luck you sold. No, it's not. How's it lucky? That's not lucky at all. I didn't actually go in and sell it. I just set limit orders. You heard it first here when my Uncle Jay Powell has informed me we're doing a 1% Fed hike in December. No. SPY's just flying around here a little bit. Just in time for elections. At what time? I did it at like 1:45. And then I set my limit orders and just let it go. Just got out of some of your bad calls. Portfolio of 1.19% on the day now. On to the next. Nice, man. There you go. All right, so it's still fucking around at 387 here. Lies. How's that lies? That's exactly what I told you guys what I was going to do or what I wanted to do and set the limit orders. And then I did it. So I'll tell you exactly what I bought them at. So I bought nope, that's the wrong one. I bought the 386 calls at 193. And then I set my limit order for 340. luck it sold that the system was able to make the sell. It was a limit order. So as it goes up, there were people buying those calls, which is fine with me. Now, so look, those calls right now, those 386s that I sold at 340 are trading for less than 340. That's why I set the trade up the way that I did, because I didn't want to be sitting here fucking around to be like, all right, well, where's it going to go? Set the limit. That's how I usually do these strangles on Powell. I'm just like, set it up, let it go. If one side hits, cool. If the other side, go. It's going to barcode until Powell. I agree with you. So we'll probably see a nice little barcode on the Powell, or until Powell, and then we'll see what happens here. Oh, shit. The algo's looking good today. There you go. Strangles? Yeah, that's what I did. So the call side of the strangle went pretty nutty. How do you cancel the opposite order? What opposite order? Or sell the puts? No, I leave the puts now. I let them go. I let the puts do whatever they want to do now. Remember, when I was saying you don't want to use a significant amount of money on the strangles, there's a reason. I can now let the trade just go. I still have a limit order on the puts. So I'm super negative on the put at the moment. Yeah, it puts down like what? The put's down like 60-ish%. The overall trade, though, is green. So it doesn't really, that's what I'm looking at this put for. I've just now financed this put side trade. But you still have time? Nope. No time. I went in very small in terms of a percentage of my portfolio, guys. That's the way I do these strangles on Powell if I'm going to do them. Futures traders imply, whoa. Futures imply traders see a 98.4% chance the Fed raising 75 basis points at the December meeting. That's interesting there. Has this changed? Because that would put us over here. Is everybody just going on this site right now? SPY slipping? Good. That's November. Where's December? Come on. Yeah, see, it's still showing 32, and they're showing. So now the target rate is what? 375 to 4, and they're pricing in a 50. Yeah, they're pricing in a 50 right now. So here comes SPY slipping back down. Strangles can be profitable. Did that on the paper. Works really well with Powell. I mean, I still would need this put to crank down in order for it to be very profitable. If not, it's not going to be a very large loss. My risk on this trade was like nothing. Like if this expired at 0, the whole thing would be down like 5%, like the trade. Now it's fucking around again. So you made more on the call than you lost on the put? Well, at this point, yes. But it can go the other way too, where I lose overall, which is why I'm just waiting until Powell now, because this thing's just hanging on by a cliff. If Powell hints at anything about slowing down in December, well, this thing's going to go through the roof and the put is fucked. DraftKings? What's up with DraftKings? Tesla sharked hard there. DraftKings is just doing the same thing that the SPY's doing here. What did Dixie look like? Off a cliff, dude. Dixie went off a cliff. When is the next one-on-one? Next Monday? Yes, next one-on-one is next Monday. So right now, let me see. I'm pretty sure I'm still green on the strangle. Hold on. Let me look and do the math quick. 3. Yeah, so I almost top ticked those calls. So that's a bit dangerous, but yeah, it's still green on the strangle. So let's see what happens with it. Let's see. The strangle is probably green by like 8% right now. 8 to 10, right around there. So we got 16 minutes until Mr. Powell's coming on. DraftKings pop there. Remember, the algorithm. Remember, we were talking about how the algo it bought up DraftKings on the predictive cross leading into earnings on Friday. It sold and the algo made like I think it was 11% on that trade, maybe more, on just shares alone, which is sweet. Did you say the market is pricing in 50 basis points for the next one? No, they said that the market okay, so the futures traders on the alert that came through, it said it was pricing in 75. But if you look at the rate hike probabilities on here, this tool, it shows it's pricing in 67. What is it now? Let's see if it reloads. Oh, if I refresh it, then I got to click over to this one. 62% probability for a 50 in December. Well, Ryan, I did a 2 separate orders, but I did a strangle. You don't have to click strangle and do it. I just set up the strangle. That massive green candle isn't sustainable on SPY. We'll give it time. Now you're just waiting for Powell. That's all you're doing now. This market right here, this is all waiting for Powell, and people are just like fucking around. This was the initial move. This is bullshit. Now you're waiting for Powell. Yeah, I was curious. Yeah, so I just went, bought the call, then went, bought the put. Then I set the limits. So now I should be still very greenish on the strangle. Yeah, still nicely green on the strangle. They want it to pump. They can do whatever. It's just you're waiting for Powell. That's all. It doesn't matter what anybody wants. They're going to react to what Powell says. Let's see here. All right, guys. If you guys are filtered in right now, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it helps out a whole lot with the algos over here. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Follow the Instagram. How much time did you get? Like no time. They were for today. They were for today. Then to hell we go. Well, maybe. And again, I wanted to play it cheap too. So remember, I've been on, this is what I want you guys to realize about risk management. I've been on a very, very long green streak. You guys have seen it with 1348. Where were my stops at? They weren't. The stop was essentially the other side of the trade. There were no stops. There were take profits, but there wasn't. What was your take profit percentage set to? It wasn't. It was set to a dollar amount. And here's what I did. So remember, I bought those the calls at 198, but I set the sell order at 340. The reason for that was I always think there's somebody fucking around with the options chain that they might have just topped to Iowa. We could go to Iowa here. That'd be sweet. That they always could mess around and not let the contracts go to that whole dollar amount that everybody's going to set their limit orders at. So I just went a little bit below. I did the same thing on the put side too. So all I did was I had a strangle and just set take profits. So now the put's coming back to life over here. Not a lot yet, but it can when Powell comes. But again, remember, you guys have seen it with 1348. All you guys have been printing too. We've been on the hot streak on the morning streams. And I have a little bit of wiggle room that if I want to use like less than 1% of my account to fuck around on Powell, I can. More time is a safety net. Right, exactly. In general, I always get more time. When I'm playing Powell for fun, it's like, okay. And that's what I want you guys to realize too. This was a gamble. It was an educated gamble. So let's see what happens going into Powell here. Thank you. You're welcome. And the reason the reason why it was like an educated gamble is because I had those take profit orders. They weren't take profit orders. That's a bad way to say it. They were, but they were just limit sells higher. So I didn't have to do anything. So I just let the whole thing play out. On the call and put side, I had limit sells for the puts and I had limit sells for the calls. It shoots up, takes me out. Cool. You're out on that knife. I'm going to see what happens with Powell. So I'm going to leave this. The strangle is still very green. So I'm going to leave this thing until Powell starts talking in 11 minutes. So you ran up from, let's see, you ran up from about 383 to 388. Nice little move there. Oh, my contract shot in the money. What did the data say? 75 basis points is what we got. In and out in less than a minute. Nice. How did you limit sell the cost of the contract instead of the ticker? You don't. You can so it's the same way, Ryan, that you would sell a normal option. You just set the limit. So you go to sell it at limit, but you just set the price way higher. You're not going to get filled until it does something. Like if I bought a contract at $100 a contract or $1, I can set a limit sell for whatever the fuck I want. Like I can set it for like $5 and they're going to be like, all right, kid, you can put your limit there, but they're not getting filled. You said at 198 and sold it at 340. Right. That was what my limit was before Powell even happened. So Ryan, you're getting confused. It's very, very, very simple. I bought the calls at 198 and I set a limit sell at 340. So I basically said, if this position goes up to being worth $340 per contract, sell it. Same thing on the puts. I just told my brokerage, if this trade goes up to X amount, sell it. Same thing on the put side. If it went to the downside, it would have happened the same way. On Webull? Yeah. That's how you exit those quick moves. Exactly. Now I'm just waiting for Powell. If he wants to pump it, he can. Ryan, does that make sense now? Yes. Cool. Might hit you guys up for a one-on-one, but struggling lately? Do it. That's what we're here for, man. I can set a sell limit on everything I'm holding option-wise on Webull. Yeah. All right. We got the link over here. So we'll pull up the link to Powell. Let's see. All right, team. I got to type in Federal Reserve. Wait, hold on. All right, so we're going to get Mr. Powell in a little bit. You got lucky with calls a bit ago. What broker am I using? Webull. What was it? The 386s and the 380s. That's what I went with. Never mind that question. I remember how to do this. I'm way out of practice. It's been weeks. Yeah, Ryan. I was like, dude, it's not like weird magic. It's just like buy it, tell it to sell it when it gets here. So Theta's eating this a little bit here. We'll see though. I still think we're gonna. How did I come up with 340? I mean, I went by dollar amounts. I almost modified it down and hit it earlier, but I just kind of let it go. One, I didn't want to go with 350 because I thought they were going to screw with the orders around that level, especially for the 386s. Because like if it's going to come to a whole dollar amount, there's still people fucking around with the options chain. So they could have messed around with it, not filled that order, but filled everything below it. So I just set it slightly lower. Do I need the extra $10 a contract? No. Because if it goes from 198 to 340, that's big. So now I'm just waiting around for this thing to move. You got 8 minutes here. Papa Powell is going to come on and we're going to see what he's going to give us. U.S. oil reaching 2% up. So is that killing the dollar here? Oh, are you talking about like USO? WTI is up 1.74. Brent's up 1.51. Natural gas up 9. Okay, sounds like magic to me. It's not magic. It's very simple, guys. Very simple. So think about it like this. So I have prices in the middle and I set it like this. Then I also said, sell it if these contracts go here. But you did the strangle 15 minutes before to buy at a lower price? Sort of. I mean, the IV did run up on it. Like both the calls and the puts were green at the time of, what do you call it? At the time of the release. And then it looked like a dud, and then it really started moving there. But let's see what Powell says. All right, guys, I got to run to the bathroom for like 2 seconds. I've been drinking a lot of water. Everybody, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. And remember, if you guys do want to come to the best place to learn how to trade, make sure you guys come check us out right there. Again, all the algorithms all the live streams, all the curriculum videos, all the alerts, stocks and cryptos, and we have probably the most revolutionary thing coming very, very, very soon. So get ready, team. But give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. But hit that like button, though. It helps a little bit. All right, team. Hello. Yeah, it was 75. Wash my hands. I did. I'm gone forever. Gone forever. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. 5 minutes until Powell, and we are going to be streaming it for a little bit, team. So where did I put this? No, that's not the one. Is this the one? That's not the one. Oh, it's this one right here. There it is. I need to move this over here so I know where Powell is. There we go. I did wash my hands. Stop. I always wash my hands, team. Freaking weirdos. What's next? We get the press conference at 2:30. So get ready. This is actually, yeah, we got the announcement, but the most important part of this whole entire thing is coming up in 5 minutes. Like, we have not seen the most important part of it yet. There will be more moves in like potentially 15 more minutes. Like, this is when things start to get really important, because then they can ask questions and Powell's going to deliver his statement. If it's quick, just like we were talking about in that Goldman Sachs statement there. So let's see what we get. That's not that far away here. Let's say SPY to 400. That would be ridiculous. It's not going to move until Powell. We got 5 minutes. Will I be getting another call to hedge the put? Probably not. Probably not. That's not a bad idea. Because then if that hits, it's done. Because then you're playing Powell. How bad? Hold on, let me look. It would have to be a cheapie. Squirrel. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Don't let him get in your head. He chases nuts. Let's see. Then we're going to do this. Let's see. Squirrel making STV think? No, you had it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. With Elmo's thinking? Has the December rate changed? Like what we were just looking at? All right, 1 minute until Powell. Market's trying to pop up a little bit here. This is what we want. 62 right now. An Ice Age squirrel takes decades to get a nut? Okay. All right. About to get Powell over here. Let's see. To Poland. All right. Let's see. What are we going to get here? All right. Here we go. We're waiting for Powell to show his head over here. He's got to walk out of the room. Let's see. I'm waiting for him. Hold on. Yeah, there's no sound on this thing right now. It's probably connected to the podium. He's not out of the door yet. Here we go. Powell. Oh, no, my puts. I don't care. I also have calls now. So now I'm strangled again. So we'll see. Ryan, this position is such a tiny part of my portfolio. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just playing. All right. Where is he? Where is he? I'm waiting for him to call. Oh, I see him. I see him. Here we go. And he's wearing pants. Here we go.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. We have both the tools that we need and the resolve it will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses. Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve and serves as the bedrock of our economy. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone. In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. Today, the FOMC raised our policy interest rate by 75 basis points, and we continue to anticipate that ongoing increases will be appropriate. We are moving our policy stance purposefully to a level that will be sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2%. In addition, we're continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive stance of policy for some time. We'll have more to say about today's monetary policy actions after briefly reviewing economic developments. The U.S. economy has slowed significantly from last year's rapid pace. Real GDP rose at a pace of 2.6% last quarter, but is unchanged so far this year. Recent indicators point to modest growth of spending and production this quarter. Growth in consumer spending has slowed from last year's rapid pace, in part reflecting lower real disposable income and tighter financial conditions. Activity in the housing sector has weakened significantly, largely reflecting higher mortgage rates. Higher interest rates and slower output growth also appear to be weighing on business fixed investment. Despite the slowdown in growth, the labor market remains extremely tight, with the unemployment rate at a 50-year low, job vacancies still very high, and wage growth elevated. Job gains have been robust, with employment rising by an average of 289,000 jobs per month over August and September. Although job vacancies have moved below their highs and the pace of job gains has slowed from earlier in the year, the labor market continues to be out of balance, with demand substantially exceeding the supply of available workers. The labor force participation rate is little changed since the beginning of the year. Inflation remains well above our longer run goal of 2%. Over the 12 months ending in September, total PCE prices rose 6.2%, excluding the volatile food and energy categories. Core PCE prices rose 5.1%. And the recent inflation data again have come in higher than expected. Price pressures remain evident across a broad range of goods and services, Russia's war against Ukraine has boosted prices for energy and food and has created additional upward pressure on inflation. Despite elevated inflation, longer-term inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored, as reflected in a broad range of surveys of households, businesses, and forecasters, as well as measures from financial markets. But that is not grounds for complacency. The longer the current bout of high inflation continues, the greater the chance that expectations of higher inflation will become entrenched. Fed's monetary policy actions are guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are highly attentive to the risks that high inflation poses to both sides of our mandate, and we're strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. At today's meeting, the committee raised the target range for the federal funds rate by 75 basis points. And we are continuing the process of significantly reducing the size of our balance sheet, which plays an important role in firming the stance of monetary policy. With today's action, we've raised interest rates by 3.75 percentage points this year. We anticipate that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be appropriate in order to attain a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to 2% over time. Financial conditions have tightened significantly in response to our policy actions, and we are seeing the effects on demand in the most interest rate sensitive sectors of the economy, such as housing. It will take time, however, for the full effects of monetary restraint to be realized, especially on inflation. That's why we say in our statement that in determining the pace of future increases in the target range, we will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy and the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation.
That might push it.
At some point, as I've said in the last two press conferences, it will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases as we approach the level of interest rates that will be sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to our 2% goal. There is significant uncertainty around that level of interest rates. Even so, we still have some ways to go. And incoming data since our last meeting suggests that the ultimate level of interest rates will be higher than previously expected. Our decisions will depend on the totality of incoming data and their implications for the outlook for economic activity and inflation.
That was bad.
We will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting and communicate our thinking as clearly as possible. We're taking forceful steps to moderate demand so that it comes into better alignment with supply. Our overarching focus is using our tools to bring inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keep longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Reducing inflation is likely to require a sustained period of below-trend growth and some softening of labor market conditions. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices in the longer run. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. We will stay the course until the job is done. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Colby.
Here we go.
Thank you. Colby Smith with the Financial Times. On the need to slow the pace of rate increases at some point, is a downshift contingent on a string of better inflation data specifically between now and let's say the December meeting? Or is that something that the Fed could potentially proceed with independent of that data given the lagged effects that you mentioned?
So a couple things on that. We do need to see inflation coming down decisively, and good evidence of that would be a series of down monthly readings. Of course, that's what we'd all love to see, but I've never thought of that as the appropriate test for slowing the pace of increases or for identifying the appropriately restrictive level that we're aiming for. We need to bring our policy stance down to a level that's sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to our 2% objective over the medium term. How will we know that we've reached that level? Well, we'll take into account the full range of analysis and data that bear on that question, guided by our assessment of how much financial conditions have tightened, the effects that tightening is actually having on the real economy and on inflation, taking into consideration lags, as I mentioned. We will be looking at real rates, for example, all across the yield curve and all other financial conditions and, as we make that assessment.
Hi, Howard Schneider with Reuters. Look, I'm sure there's going to be tons of confusion out there about whether this means you're going to slow in December or not. Would you say that the bias right now is not for another 75 basis point increase?
So what I want to do is put that question of pace in the context of our broader tightening program, if I may, and to talk about the statement language along the way. So I think you can think about our tightening program as really addressing three questions. The first of which was and has been how fast to go. The second is how high to raise our policy rate. And the third will be eventually how long to remain at a restrictive level. So on the first question, how fast to tighten policy, it's been very important that we move expeditiously, and we have clearly done so. We've moved 3.75% since March, admittedly from a base of 0. It's a historically fast pace, and that's certainly appropriate given the persistence and strength in inflation and the low level from which we started. So now we come to the second question, which is how high to raise our policy rate. And we're saying that we'd raise that rate to a level that's sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation to our 2% target over time. And we put that into our post-meeting statement. Because that really does become the important question we think now is how far to go, and I'll talk more about that. We think there's some ground to cover, but before we meet that test, and that's why we say that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate. And as I mentioned, incoming data between the meetings, both the strong labor market report, but particularly the CPI report, do suggest to me that we may ultimately move to higher levels than we thought at the time of the September meeting. That level is very uncertain, though, and I would say, we're going to find it over time. Of course, with the lags between policy and economic activity, there's a lot of uncertainty. So we note that in determining the pace of future increases, we'll take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy as well as the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation. So I would say as we come closer to that level, move more into restrictive territory, the question of speed becomes less important than the second and third questions. Exactly. And that's why I've said at the last two press conferences that at some point it will become appropriate to slow the pace of increases. So that time is coming, and it may come as soon as the next meeting or the one after that. No decision has been made. It is likely we'll have a discussion about this at the next meeting, a discussion. To be clear, let me say again, the question of when to moderate the pace of increases is now much less important than the question of how high to raise rates and how long to keep monetary policy restrictive, which really will be our principal focus.
If I could follow up on that, to what degree was there an importance or weight given to a need to signal this possibility now, given all the concerns really around the globe about Fed policy sort of driving ahead and everybody else, dealing with their own stress as a result?
Well, I think I'm pleased that we have moved as fast as we have. I don't think we've over-tightened. I think there's very difficult to make a case that our current level is too tight, given that inflation still runs well above the federal funds rate. So I think that at this meeting, the last two meetings, as I've mentioned, I've said that there would come a point, and this was a meeting at which we had a discussion about what that might mean, and we did discuss this. And as I mentioned, we'll discuss it again in December. But there's I don't have any sense that we've over tightened or moved too fast. I think it's been good and a successful program. That we've gotten this far this fast. Remember though that we still think there's a need for ongoing rate increases, and we have some ground left to cover here, and cover what we will.
And it just like flickers around. Oh, Nick Timmerhouse. Here we go.
Nick Timmerhouse of the Wall Street Journal. Chair Powell, core PCE inflation on a 3 or 6 month annualized basis and on a 12-month basis has been running in the high 4s, close to 5%. Is there any reason to think you won't have to raise rates at least above that level to be confident that you are imparting enough restraint to bring inflation down?
So this is the question of does the policy rate need to get above the inflation rate? And I would say there are a range of views on that. That's the classic Taylor principle view. But I would think you'd look more at a forward, a forward-looking measure of inflation to look at that. But I think the answer is we'll want to get the policy rate to a level where it is where the real interest rate is positive. We will want to do that. I do not think of it as the single and only touchstone, though. I think you put some weight on that. You also put some weight on rates across the curve. Very few people borrow at the short end of at the federal funds rate, for example. So households and businesses, if they're very meaningfully positive interest rates all across the curve for them, credit spreads are larger, so borrowing rates are significantly higher, and I think financial conditions have tightened quite a bit. So I would look at that as an important feature. I'd put some weight on it, but I wouldn't say it's something that is the single dominant thing to look at.
If I could follow up, what is your best assessment or the staff's best assessment right now of the current rate of underlying inflation?
I don't have a specific number for you there. So there are many, many models that look at that. And I mean, one way to look at it is that it's a pretty stationary object, and that when inflation runs above that level, for sure, substantially above for some time, you'll see it move up, but the movement will be fairly gradual. So I think that's what the principal models would tend to say. But I wouldn't want to land on any one assessment. There are many different, as you know, people publish an assessment of underlying inflation.
Thank
you. Hi, Chair Powell. Thank you for taking our questions. Gina Smiley with New York Times. I wonder, do you see any evidence at this stage that inflation is or is at risk of becoming entrenched?
That's a good question.
Is inflation becoming entrenched? So I guess I would start by pointing to expectations. So if we saw longer term expectations moving up, that would be very troubling. And they were moving up a little bit at the middle part of this year, and they've moved now back down. That's one piece of data. Shorter term inflation expectations moved up between the last meeting and this meeting. And we don't think those are as indicative, but they may be important in the wage setting process. There's a school of thought that believes that. So that's very concerning. I guess the other thing I would say is that the longer we're now 18 months into this episode of high inflation, and we don't have a clearly identified scientific way of understanding at what point inflation becomes entrenched. And so the thing we need to do from a risk management standpoint is to use our tools forcefully but thoughtfully and get inflation under control, get it down to 2%, get it behind us. That's what we really need to do and what we're strongly committed to doing.
Rachel.
Hi, Chair Powell. Thank you for taking our questions. Rachel Siegel from the Washington Post. The statement points to lag times. I'm wondering if you can walk us through how you judge those lag effects, what that timeline looks like over the coming months or even a year, and where you would expect it to show up in different parts of the economy.
Yeah, so the way I would think about that is it's a commonly for a long time thought that monetary policy works with long and variable lags, and that it works first on financial conditions and then on economic activity, and then perhaps later than that even on inflation. So that's been the thinking for a long time. There was an old literature that made those lags out to be fairly long. There's newer literature that says that they're shorter. And the truth is we don't have a lot of data of inflation this high in what is now the modern economy. One big difference now is that it used to be that you would raise the federal funds rate, financial conditions would react, and then that would affect economic activity and inflation. Now, financial conditions react well before in expectation of monetary policy. That's the way it has moved for a quarter of a century, is in the direction of financial conditions, then monetary policy, because the markets are thinking what is the central bank going to do? And there are plenty of economists that also think that once financial conditions change, that the effects on the economy are actually faster than they would have been before. We don't know that. I guess the thing that I would say is it's highly uncertain. And so from a risk management standpoint, it would be irresponsible not to ignore them, but you want to consider them, but not take them literally. So I think it's a very difficult place to be, but I would tend to want to be in the middle, looking carefully at what's actually happening with the economy, and trying to make good decisions from a risk management standpoint. Remembering, of course, that if we were to over tighten, we could then use our tools strongly to support the economy. Whereas if we don't get inflation under control because we don't tighten enough, now we're in a situation where inflation will become entrenched, and the costs, the employment costs in particular, will be much higher potentially. So from a risk management standpoint, we want to be sure that we don't make the mistake of either failing to tighten enough or loosening policy too soon.
And if I could follow up, should we interpret the addition to the statement to mean that more weight is put into those lag effects than they would have been after previous rate hikes?
So I think as we move now into restrictive territory, as we make these ongoing rate hikes and policy becomes more restrictive, it'll be appropriate now to be thinking more about lag. Of course, we think about the lags are just sort of a basic part of monetary policy, but we will be thinking about them. But we won't be, I think we'll be considering them, but because it's appropriate to do so. Let me say this, it is very premature to be thinking about pausing. So people, when they hear lags, they think about a pause. It's very premature, in my view, to think about or be talking about pausing our rate hike. We have a ways to go. Our policy, we need ongoing rate hikes to get to that level of sufficiently restrictive. And we don't really know exactly where that is. We have a sense, and we'll write down in the December meeting, a new summary of economic projections, which updates that. But I would expect us to continue to update it based on what we're seeing with incoming data.
There we go.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Neil Irwin with Axios. As you look around the economy, the clearest impact of your tightening so far has been on housing, maybe some venture-funded tech companies. It's been relatively narrow in terms of the labor market, consumer demand, a lot of sectors you don't see a ton of effect. Is the pathway and channels through which monetary policy works changing? Is it narrower than it used to be? And on housing in particular, are you at all worried that you're crimping housing supply in ways that might cause problems down the road?
I don't know that the channels through which policy works have changed that much. I would say a big channel is the labor market, and the labor market is very, very strong, very strong. And households, of course, have strong balance sheets. And so we go into this with a strong labor market and excess demand in the labor market, as you can see through many different things, and also with households who have strong spending power built up. So it may take time. It may take resolve. It may take patience. It's likely to get inflation down. I think you see from our forecasts and others that it will take some time for inflation to come down. It'll take time, we think. So, sorry, was I getting to your question there? Oh, housing, the housing part of it. Yeah, so, we look at housing. Of course, housing is significantly affected by these higher rates, which are really back where they were before the global financial crisis. They're not historically high, but they're much higher than they've been. And you're seeing housing activity decline. You're seeing housing prices growing at a faster rate, and in some parts of the country declining. I would say the housing market was very overheated for the couple of years after the pandemic as demand increased and rates were low. We all know the stories of how overheated the housing market was, prices going up, many bidders, no conditions, that kind of thing. So the housing market needs to get back into a balance between supply and demand. We're well aware of what's going on there. From a financial stability standpoint, we didn't see in this cycle the kinds of poor credit underwriting that we saw before the global financial crisis. Housing credit was very much more carefully managed by the lenders. So it's a very different situation and doesn't appear to present financial stability issues. But no, we do understand that's really where a very big effect of our policies is.
Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
All right, team. So I closed out the put side of the strangle. Gonna let those calls go to zero. Green on the strangle. Very, very nice. Even with letting that other side of the strangle, the new calls go to 0, that strangle printed. So, guys, that is actually going to wrap up the stream for today. Again, make sure that you guys are subscribed. I'll have some videos out for you guys later today as well. We all you guys in 1348 too, we are going to be hopping over to the private stream. If you guys do want to come in there as well, I'll drop that link in there for you guys. Again, best place to come and learn how to trade if you guys want to. I will see you guys again tomorrow at 12:15. We do these live streams every single day. If you guys do want to come back, I'd love to see your beautiful faces in here again. But I will see you guys later. Very, very, very solid day there, especially on that little SPY strangle that we got. But again, guys, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like on the way out, making sure that you guys are subscribed. I will see you guys later. And again, 1348 gang, love you guys. Let's keep printing money. Peace.